Alrighty, folks. So in the one of our classes, we left off before I got to talk about our next assignment, and this is a bigger assignment. It's a paper. It's an essay, and I don't want you to panic or anything like that. We will work in class, and we will have work time throughout a whole week of class where you'll be able to work one-on-one with us. If you have questions, we can screen share and work together. So I don't want you to panic, but I did want to get this out to you so that you can at least start thinking about what you want to write about. And we'll go over in a lot more depth at our next class next week together. But this is the prompt. This is our question that we're giving to you. We just talked about the Declaration of Independence, and we were talking about how it's an argumentative writing piece. So what your assignment is going to be is you are going to be writing an argumentative piece on which persuasive writing technique Jefferson used the best. So did he use pathos, egos, or logos the best? So your essay is an argumentative essay on which one of those he used the best. And I make sure that you include evidence from the Declaration to support your argument. Okay? So you're going to pick one of those three to decide which one he did the best. And if you're like, what are those three, Mrs. Etter? Well, here's a chart for you. So in that chart, ethos or ethics, does he use credibility and trust to make his argument the best? Did he use pathos or passion? He used an emotional appeal. He appealed to the emotions of the reader the best in his argument. Or did he use logic the best? Was he very logical? Did he use statistics and facts the best to win his argument? Because remember, he was arguing about why the states, the colonies, had the right to declare independence from England. So which one of these did he use best in that argument is what you are being asked. So once you've decided which one of these he did the best, that's when you're going to start looking at the Declaration for quotes that would support that. So if you're looking for, if you say you use pathos, and you're like, pathos is the best that he used in his argument, you're going to go into the Declaration and look for quotes that you feel strongly appeal to the emotions of the reader. And if you're like, no, he used logos the best, you're going to go in and you're going to look for examples in the Declaration where he was using very logical terms that would help appeal to the audience to get them on his side. So you're going to be writing which one of these three he did the best at in his argument. And just so that you have this, I'm putting it on the screen. You'll be able to pause and read it if you would like. This and the next slide are the rubric on how we're going to be grading you. And I wanted it to always be clear so that you know what we're looking for whenever we ask you to do an assignment like this. So we're going to be grading based on your claim. So your claim is, your opening is basically your preamble, right? Your claim is Thomas Jefferson used logos the best. Thomas Jefferson used ethos the best. He used pathos the best. That's your claim. Do you have a strong claim at the beginning of your paper telling us what you believe was the best writing technique by Jefferson? And then we're going to be looking at your development of the body of your paper. Do you have a quote that supports and shows how he used whichever one you picked? Oops, I went too far. Do you have a quote down and another quote? So at least two quotes here. And it's analyzed and how it supports his writing technique that you think he did the best. And then the third one, we're looking at a counter argument. So you could be like, some people might say that he used logos the best. However, I think pathos was used the best because of this. And then you have another quote that supports it, right? You say, just like he did in the Declaration where he talks about how the people who are against him were discussing how a long-established government shouldn't be overthrown lightly. And then he says that, and then he goes back, and he says, however, he's done all of these things. He's done this, he's done that. We have no other option but to declare independence. That's what you're doing in this part of the body of the paper. You're going to talk about what other people might say is actually the strongest, and then why they're wrong. Prove them wrong with your evidence that you have found in your paper. And we're looking for cohesion as well, so it's based around one claim. Don't be jumping around saying, well, he could have done this, or he could have done that, or it could be the third one. Is it cohesive? Pick one of those, logos, ethos, pathos. Pick one, stick to it. Stick to your guns and defend it. And then, this is English class, so we're going to look at your grammar and your punctuation as well. If you have questions, we will be going over this in great depth at our next class with me, but I just wanted to make sure that you understood the assignment. It is due October 14th, so in 10 days, and we will have every work time that you see me next to work on this, okay? So please do not start stressing out. I just wanted to put the question in your head. Which one of those does Jefferson use the best on the Declaration? And then when we meet next Tuesday, have that already in your head so that we know when we meet, we can just start working on the paper and figuring out how to write it. If you have questions, please email myself or Miss Prashant or Miss Johns, and we would be happy to talk to you in further about this.